So you might be struggling financially right now, and someone's telling you, well, you have a home. Why don't you pull out a HELOC? And you're giggling like, ha, ha, ha. And you say to yourself, what the is a HELOC? Well, in this video, I'm gonna explain to you what a HELOC is, but I'm also gonna tell you the 5 mistakes that you certainly don't wanna make when it comes to a HELOC. First, let me explain this. A HELOC is actually not a word, it's an acronym. It stands for Home Equity Line of Credit. It's a beautiful thing to think that all that equity you got in your home, you can just tap into and use it like if it's an ATM. I got news for you. You do not want to do that. You most likely right now have a home, and that is your biggest asset. That right there is the biggest asset, and you probably have the most money in that account. And it's so tempting for people to tap into it and get that money. And of course, banks will find a way to make money, and they know you'll be a little desperate, and they're gonna send you all these letters in the mail and say, take a HELOC out to pay for your debt and to refinance your house. Which leads me to the first mistake that people make that you should never make when it comes to a HELOC. The first mistake that people make is to take it out to pay debt. Nope, 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 nope. You certainly don't want to do that. Why? Because you're taking money out of an appreciating asset that's making you so much money to pay off debt. Now, I get it. You're tired of debt. You hate it. It's ruining your life. You want to get it out of your life. But you really need to sit down and say to yourself, how the hell did I end up in that mess anyway? Like, how did I end up in that mess where now I got to take money out of my home to pay this debt off? And if you do it, okay, fine. You do it, you pay it off, you feeling good about yourself, like, finally, that's done. I got to deal with that toxic debt. But the problem is, you borrowed money from your own home. So as you see in the equation, you're not only just getting rid of debt, you're actually adding more debt. And that does not make the situation better. Why? Because if you sell your home in the future, you got to pay that HELOC back. And it also comes with monthly payments, so it can make your situation a lot harder. Second mistake you want to make when it comes to HELOC is this: to invest in your lifestyle. You're probably tired, you're not going on vacation, and now you're like, yes, I'm going to take money out of my home because it's so easy to do. That's like an ATM. I'm going to take that money and I'm going to go on vacation. You want a car? Great. Take money out of the home line of equity, buy a car, now you're chilling. Bad thing to do. Why? First of all, a car is a depreciating asset. You don't want to do that. You want to take money from an appreciating asset to invest into a depreciating asset. Because let's say, for example, 5 years from now, you turn around and you want to pay your HELOC off. And now you're struggling. You say, you know what? I have to pay this off. I'm struggling. So you sell your car. Let's say you get a home line of equity of $50,000 to get this car. Now you sell your car, 5 years later, it's probably worth 15. You see what I mean? Right now, you are in the negative. You cannot even pay back your loan with your vehicle. So that's the worst thing to do. And vacations and whatnot, that's great, but you really should sit down and budget and put money into a vacation. Save up for the vacation because you don't want to make your situation worse, once again, by tapping into your home line of equity. But trust me, so many people tell you this, and so many banks are telling you, listen, this is the best thing for you to do, to tap into it. No. Don't do it. Remember, banks are in it to make money. They're not here to help you out. And here's the third reason. You want to take money out because you're tired of your home and you want to do home renovations. That is actually one of the things where it's like, yeah, be careful about it. Because it is true, you take money out of your home and you do improvements, the value of your home might go up. But the problem is some people, their taste, it's not that great. They might do improvements that looks kind of hideous, or they might just over improve in their home, which really does not do much for increasing the value of the home. So you got to be really, really careful when you're pulling money out of home line of equity to do renovations. Sometimes it's not the best thing to do. Once again, my advice to you is this: just do renovations little by little. Let your house do its thing. Don't mess with it. You have to handle your current situation as best as you can. And the fourth mistake is this: you're broke right now, you're falling behind on your 401k, and you are hearing everything about crypto. Or someone might come to you and say, hey, I got this investment that's making so much money, you should definitely tap in. You'll get tempted, take money from your home line of equity, because it's really easy to do. Then you go ahead and put it in investments, and it goes down. Now you made your situation even worse. Do not take that money, that good earned money you're making within your home, and use that for investments. That's a horrible idea. And the fifth mistake is this: You're taking money out to support your lifestyle. If right now you are struggling, taking money to borrow it is not gonna help you out whatsoever. If you're falling behind on your bills, your utility bills, all types of bills, you need to address that as quick as possible. You cannot just simply think not increasing your income is not gonna fix that issue. You might need to do some cutbacks as well on some expenses in order to pay for it. But if you think tapping into a home line of equities and fix your problems, it's not. So there's one more thing I wanna add as well. Everyone is under the assumption that the home value is always gonna go up. It's not the case. There is times where you buy a home when it's at this peak and it goes down. It has happened so many times throughout life. It does. Now, does it mean that it always remains that low? No, it does come up. But if you put yourself in a situation where you have a home line of equity for a home and now the value is going down tremendously and you wanna sell, whatever the case may be, you don't want to have to stay in a home and wait for even a longer period of time for that to appreciate, to go back to a level where you're comfortable with. You don't want to play those games. A home, yes, majority of times it appreciates. But there is times that you could have a big loss. You never know. Things in your neighborhood could turn downhill. People might not want to live in your neighborhood anymore because of, I don't know, some type of ridiculous assessment fees or property taxes getting high or whatever the case may be. And now the value of your home went down and you borrowed from it. And remember, you borrowed from money that was equity. It's not cash. It's when you sell it, how much money you will make. So you will be in a big, big bind. So I really hope you guys now understand what a HELOC is and the risk it is when you take money from that account. So please be very smart and be very wise when it comes to HELOCs. And anytime you have a financial question, listen, ask. It's always best to ask and never assume.